They're losing. People are dying. Reacher S3 E5's horrendous death and what it means for the future broken down by Reacher star Sonia Cassidy reacts to the most recent death of the action crime series and teases its tumultuous aftermath in upcoming episodes. Based on the book series by Lee Child, Alan Ritchson's Jack Reacher in the Prime Video adaptation is currently working undercover with DEA agents, closing in on those responsible for the death of his proc, LT Dominique Cole. Reacher Season 3, Episode 5, titled SmackDown, delivered several major deaths, but the loss of DEA agent Stephen Elliott was one of the most devastating for Reacher's team. In an interview with TV Line, Cassidy opens up about the impact of Elliott's death on their takedown of Quinn's illegal weapons operation. The actor notes that the loss of Elliott will likely propel her character, DEA agent Susan Duffy, into an even more determined and dangerous mindset to find Teresa, a kidnapped girlfriend caught in the crossfire of Polly and Quinn's arms dealings. Read what she had to say below. The loss of Elliott is horrendous. Horrendous. It is unimaginable to lose one of your team, someone who was so young. But it's also a tragic sign of where they're at that point. They're losing. People are dying, and they're not getting any closer to taking down these guys or finding Teresa. So in that moment, we're at a crossroads with Duffy. She's like, do I continue doing this? How much longer do I keep trying? But she is so determined and driven that she chooses the path of, his death cannot have been for nothing. So let's just F-King do this. I am not walking away from this. I cannot walk away, having lost a young man's life and still not having found Teresa. Duffy can see one path and nothing can deter her from it at this point. It's very dangerous. It's maybe not necessarily the right thing, but I admire her for it, and it makes for better television as well. Elliott's death marks a significant turning point in Reacher Season 3. With Quinn's operation now revealed to be weapons trafficking instead of drug smuggling, the situation has escalated beyond the DEA's jurisdiction. However, this won't stop Susan Duffy, Guillermo Villanueva, and Reacher from pursuing justice, especially after losing Elliott. The death was not necessarily a surprise to everyone. In a review of Reacher Season 3, Episode 5, screenwriter Greg MacArthur wrote the following. The episode offered a variety of key character deaths, starting with the agent Stephen Elliott, who I could tell wasn't going to survive Reacher Season 3 with his nice guy treatment of his prisoner John Cooper, Richard Beck's bodyguard, who proves to be a cold-blooded killer. For Duffy in particular, Elliott's murder serves as a grim reminder of the cost of their undercover investigation. As Cassidy points out, his death cannot have been for nothing. Duffy refuses to back down despite the increasing danger, making her more determined than ever to see the mission through. With Teresa still missing and the casualties behind Quinn's operation piling up, Duffy and Reacher will need to rely on each other more than ever to take down one of the greatest villains in Reacher Season 3 before they lose anyone else. Elliott's death was a visceral moment that affirmed Reacher Season 3's darker, more ruthless tone. While his demise wasn't entirely unexpected, it served as a harsh lesson about the stakes of taking on Quinn's operation. More importantly, his loss is going to fuel Duffy's resolve, pushing her and Reacher to act with even greater urgency for these next particularly critical episodes of Reacher. With Quinn and Polly still at large, Elliott's murder raises the stakes, ensuring the rest of the season will be a high-octane battle for justice and revenge. Prime Video's Reacher has never shied away from gritty realism and shocking violence, but Season 3 Episode 5 delivered a gut punch that fans and even cast members are still reeling from. The unexpected and brutal death of character Name has altered the trajectory of the season and possibly the series itself. In a candid interview, series star Alan Ritchson broke down the horrendous moment, its emotional toll on Reacher, and why this death could change everything moving forward. Greater than note, for this draft, since the episode and character aren't real, I'll leave placeholders like character name. You can replace them with accurate names when ready. The shocking death that rocked Reacher. In Episode 5, character name, a trusted ally and key member of Reacher's makeshift team, is ambushed and executed in cold blood by villain name E5’s operatives. The scene is unflinching. There's no heroic last stand, no dramatic escape. It's quick, clinical, and devastatingly final. Alan Ritchson, who plays the towering and tactical Jack Reacher, didn't mince words when reflecting on filming the scene. Greater than, it was horrendous. We all felt it, Ritchson told the publication. This wasn't just another casualty in the middle of a case. This was family. And for Reacher, who already has so few people he lets into his life, losing character name, this way is a fracture that doesn't heal easily. Fans of Lee Child's novels will recognize echoes of similar plot twists in books like Bad Luck and Trouble or Without Fail, where Reacher's close-knit allies are systematically targeted. The series' decision to lean into this darker territory signals that no one, not even longtime fan favorites, is safe in Season 3. A pivotal turning point for Reacher. Ritchson noted that this death forces a crucial shift in Reacher's usually cold, calculated approach. Greater than, there's a point where tactical discipline gives way to raw emotion. Reacher's rules start breaking. He starts making mistakes because now it's personal in a way it hasn't been since Season 1, Ritchson explained. He says it himself, they're losing. People are dying, and he's right. That's not just frustration, it's desperation. The ripple effect is immediate. The team fractures emotionally. Trust erodes. The mission, already dangerous, becomes a revenge-driven spiral. And viewers can sense the subtle unraveling of Reacher's usually unshakable composure. What this means for Season 3's endgame, as Reacher barrels toward its final episodes, character name, E's death recalibrates both stakes and strategy. According to Ritchson, it's a narrative accelerant. Greater than, it lights a fire under every single character. Nobody is playing defense anymore. Reacher especially, he shifts into a mode we haven't fully seen yet on screen. He's not just hunting bad guys. He's dismantling them, Ritchson teased. Longtime readers of the books may spot parallels to Reacher's most vengeful arcs, where his normally detached pragmatism morphs into something colder and far more dangerous. If Episode 5 is the fulcrum point, the back half of the season promises to be an unrelenting pursuit of justice, no matter the cost. Alan Ritchson on how fans should prepare. Ritchson, who has always balanced Reacher's physicality with surprising emotional depth, offered a warning for fans bracing for the season's conclusion. Greater than, you're going to see Reacher pushed to a place where even his code starts to falter. And that's scary, because when a man like that loses the last few things grounding him, there's no telling how far he'll go, he said. He added that Episode 5's death isn't just shock value. It's foundational to understanding why Reacher does what he does. Greater than, the show is called Reacher, sure. But it's about the people he tries to protect and what happens when he can't. That failure haunts him, and it drives everything he's about to do. The future beyond Season 3, though Prime Video hasn't officially confirmed a Season 4 at the time of writing, Ritchson hinted that the consequences of Episode 5 could echo beyond this season. Greater than, if we get to keep telling stories, this loss won't just disappear. It changes how Reacher moves through the world. He won't forget it. And neither will the audience, he said. Final thoughts. They're losing. People are dying. It's more than a throwaway line, it's the thesis statement of Reacher Season 3's turning point. With character name E's shocking death, the series reminds us that in Reacher's world, the line between justice and vengeance is razor thin. And as Alan Ritchson warns, we haven't seen just how